Welcome to another episode from WestVU. We have our WestVU editor and award-winning journalist, Shalida Cameron. Welcome, Shalida.
Thanks for having me.
So, today we know that it is kind of a heated situation across the world because of the war broke out in the Middle East. As usual, Israel has involved. So, today I believe we should talk about the war at the end. Before that, even though this is one of the key players in this group is Palestine, right? The Gaza Strip, one of the major reasons that everything is happening right now in the world, right? So when I look at the history, Shalida, I believe there are many places that the Palestinian people in Gaza Strip as well as in West Bank made mistakes to stop this the disaster happening to their people. Let's talk about those things, Shalida, because there were some opportunities to the Palestinian people to recover, to stop these happening, isn't it?
Yeah, the thing is that when people say that this is belong to Palestine, that is also there are some arguments between these things. So we are not going to exploit those situations that who belongs to who and which land to who, like that. But the thing is, Palestinian had good deals in their entire history. In 30s, they had that there was some negotiations about the 80%. That's the point. 80% to Palestinians and 20% to Jews. But Palestinians rejected that because they said that it don't belong to Jews at all. But we obviously know it's not true. And after that, slowly but surely, with all those persecutions, attacks and all that, Jews had very strong ground in this part. So in 48, they had different type of deal. So in that deal, like more than 50% to Jews, Jewish population, and the about 45% to Palestinians. They never agreed with that. Even 20% is too much. So when you give to 55%, that definitely the entire Arab world is going to be against it. So the thing is, after that, they started this war in 1940s, and obviously Israel won that, and they gained their ground. That is the first mistake. However, probably the second mistake. And during 60s, there was no Palestine, to be honest. Gaza ran by the Egypt, and the other part, the West Bank, ran by Jordan. So in that case, they also had lots of deals, but they rejected it. And then 6 Day War happened. Israel won it again, and they even took Sinai as well. And then Yom Kippur War, Israel won it again. Then they gained more ground, but they gave it for the goodwill gesture back to Egypt and get a fair deal with them, had the normalization. So that was another mistake. And under Yasser Arafat, I mean, people see him as a hero, but I think he's one of the biggest villain Palestinian people.
I believe they are wearing some kind of a scarf. It is a sign of
Yasser Arafat. He was the creator of this sign.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people think he's the father of nation, but he's obviously no. He's not the father of nation because he made terrible mistakes. He had wonderful deals under all of his periods. But the thing is, he rejected all those. They had Camp David Accords under very moderate Israel Prime Minister, and the Bill Clinton was the President of United States of America. They had all those opportunities. What happened was, Yasser Arafat walked away. And he started Intifada, attack to Israelis. Obviously, Israelis fought back and they won again. So the thing is, when you push Israel to the brink, to the wall, every single time, Israel know how to give a comeback like never before and gaining much strong ground. So this is what happened the entire period of time. That is why I keep telling that we both agreed probably.
And I need to clarify that both of us, even though we have some different political opinions, both of us support two-state solution.
Obviously.
Right. So that is the ground.
Yes.
So then you can continue with that one.
Yeah, the only person who didn't support two-state solution was Yasser Arafat. The people think that PLO is very good people, PLO is very secular, they were very innocent, they want a two-state solution, but it is an absolute lie. Because they ruined the chance of two-state solution in 2000, in 1991, and 1999. And also the thing is that people see that this Black September is also a huge part, because the people think the Hamas is extremist. If you think Hamas is bad, you have to take a look at Black September, which is obviously the part of PLO, even though they are denying it several times. We clearly can see that what they did in Jordan, they even tried to kill the king.
So, Charlotte, I believe that in the recent attacks from Iran towards Israel, Jordanian Air Force intercepted many missiles and drones, right? Many people criticize Jordan. Why doing this? You're supporting Israel like that.
Yeah.
So, tell us the reason behind that, right?
The thing is, they know the devil. They know the devil in the details. The Egyptians, Jordan, and this entire Arab Peninsula are not supporting Iran, and they are not supporting the entire cause of Palestine. They are somewhat supporting Palestinians. I am not denying that. But the thing is, they don't take refugees. They don't support Iran's proxies, because they know absolutely well what happened if they are raised. Because they saw it. The Palestinian militants tried to took over Jordan by force, and Yasser Arafat was behind it. And there was lots of terrorist attack targeting Arabs.
The funny thing is, to rescue Jordan and the royal family at that time, guess who came to rescue them?
Yeah, that's the thing, that most of Pakistan people are very angry with us because we are keep attacking these Hamas and all. But the thing is, they are the one who helped Jordan to take out these Palestinian militants. And the most interesting part is, then Palestinian militants went to Israel for safety. So no one even know about these things. They said that it is better to rotten in Israeli jails than getting killed inside Jordan.
By Pakistan.
By Pakistan. That's the thing. They are not even Arabs.
Yeah. So, history is there to teach us that you don't know. So, I believe many people marched to Egypt to enter Gaza Strip via Rafah Gate, and to pressure governments to make peace. But we saw what happened in Egypt. They were asking if we can do it in United States of America, why we cannot do it in Egypt? So what is the answer for that?
The thing is that the Western leftists don't have any idea about what is going on, because they don't know history properly. They don't know how Palestine started. That name was given by Roman, but I am pretty sure those Irish and all those Western leftists don't know anything about that. So the thing is, Egyptians exactly know what's going on this place, and they got bombed from these Black September plans, and also Jordanians and Egypt know how to deal with these stuffs, but leftists keep crying. I saw that some guys giving lecture about the history of Palestine to Egyptians. I mean, that is the biggest joke of century. You don't have to give those lectures to Arabs. They know exactly well what's happened and what's about to happen. So these people should know better before they marching to some place they don't know. Same goes to Greta Thunberg, but fortunately Israelis handled that situation very well.
Definitely. So before we end, I have a special thing to ask from Charlotte. Operation Rising Land, that is the operation name given by Israelis to the recent attacks in Iran. So, when we talk about the lions, we always relate it into the King David and the Jews, and Israel as a nation. But in this particular incident, they are not talking about Israeli lion, isn't it, Charlie?
Exactly. There are people think that Israel started this mission to take out nuclear capabilities of Iran, but it is part of the plan. But the rising lion, the lion is obviously not that King David's lion, it's King Cyrus' lion. It is Iranian lion. When you look at all the flags during King Shah dynasty, we saw that this proud lion in the middle of Iranian flag. So that is the one who rising right now. So Israel obviously want this regime change in Iran. People see this is we keep telling that this is going to be a regime change like Libya, but obviously no. because Israelis Mossad never took part of this Arab Spring. They warned about that. They saw that extremists are behind it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in this case, they know exactly, because majority of Iranians like Shah dynasty. They had almost everything under his reign. That people say that land reforms are not enough under King Shah, rights are not enough, but now they have nothing. But under King Shah, they had this European reformations, Western reformations. So these Iranians want it again. So that is why Rising Lion is matter. Operation Rising Lion is not just a military operation against Iran. It is a regime change to make Iran great again. So that is the interesting part when it comes to Rising Lion. And the interesting part is that the nuclear weapons that
I want to ask, because many people are talking about why Iran cannot have nuclear power. It is also have the same rights like Russia or United States of America, like that. Is it a reasonable way to talk about this, Shahid?
Yeah, I mean, that is the leftist talking point. That they think the people are similar. All the people are similar, but it's not true. We obviously know people are different. They have different capabilities, different potentials, different temper. Countries also the same. So you cannot compare America, Russia, Burkina Faso, Egypt, India, Israel and Iran. Those are not same countries. They have different cultures. They have different circumstances. Some larger countries are more responsible when it's come to nuclear weapons, nuclear warheads, compared to small nations which have nothing to lose. That is the important part. When you have nothing to lose, you can obviously go for all-out war, nuclear disaster, apocalypse, whatever you want. But Americans, Russians and these Brits, France and all these people who have nuclear weapons right now, they know the responsibility they have. That someone like Kim Jong-un, that you can obviously see that we are not just the pro-West talking point. Let's see the difference between Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un, because both of them have nuclear weapons. But you can see how the Korean leader behaving like he's like a child. So we cannot have another child in this nuclear playing field. So Iran directly...
Not in Middle East for sure.
Not in Middle East, because this is like a tension pot. Spot. So Israelis are compared to most of these nuclear owners. They have this responsibility. They're not threatening Iran, the wiping out Iran. That's not their plan. They don't have that kind of a plan. But Iran obviously see United States of America and Israel as started. So they think they are the good guys in the game. That is the problem. So they think it is a moral thing to destroy entire Israel. So using nuclear is not much of an issue for them. That is why Iran cannot have nuclear weapon under any circumstances. That is why this mission, we can criticize the way they doing it, the way they killing scientists, the morality, values and all that. But Iran cannot have nuclear weapon. That is the basic math when it comes to geopolitics. We cannot use leftist talking point all the time. Countries are not the same. People are not the same.
So then we have a proper understanding how we should play this game in the world arena. So if you have if you want to know more about why the importance, especially the importance of the Western viewpoint of these things, you talk about the Western reformations happened in Iran under the Shah period. So let's talk about these things, because we saw what's happening in Egypt when you go to the Egypt, and you saw, especially if you are against our opinion, definitely you saw what happened in Egypt when you go to Egypt, and what's the difference between United States of America, New York and the Cairo, right? So let's talk about these things in the future. So do not forget to give your valuable inputs to improve our point of view and the content. So thanks for listening. We will see you in the next one.